what do you have to say about it?
Yeah, huh?
Consequences. I'm gonna use that for the stream title next time. They really do. They really don't make the choices easy.
Look at that. The snake's come back. I never thought I'd see the day that Reed Thompson abandoned his post. Suppose we all have a breaking point. Suppose
gives
it's
word
time
the
our
other.
flock made our way back to Edgewater.
Just make one.
We must tend to what remains of the town and carry on with our lives as best we may. You're vexing to me, you know? Injuring us with one hand, helping us with the other. Here, I'm giving you something to leave us be. It's a ransom, you understand, not a reward. This don't put us on even footing, you understand. But it is a start. I might turn that old cannery into a garden. Got ourselves a whole cemetery bursting with bodies. I need some time to gather my personals. Long walk back to Edgewater. Got a considerable burden to carry.
Level up. Yeah.
Sorry. I'm just trying to figure out what to do is all. Adelaide said that? Was she sober at the time? I never imagined she'd step foot in Edgewater long as Reed ran the town. Something must have changed in Edgewater. Adelaide's good as family. If she's going back, so are we.
Bye. Oh.
Never liked Reed much. Can't say I'm sorry he's gone.
All right. Guess you guys are. I gotta return to the unreliable. Did I pretty much find everything? I think I found everything. Except there might be buildings over here. I haven't gone to see those. May have finished my first planet. Was it my first planet? I don't know. Oh, yeah, I gotta... Okay. Go back to range, defenses, dialogue, stealth, tech, leadership, additional tech, additional ranged. Let's up the dialogue one more. And let's do ranged again one more time. That way I can get the handgun critical. Doesn't look like anybody survived over here. He's got no head. Alright. Let's go back to the unreliable.
Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got, but every time I think of going back, I get this sinking feeling. Well, it's kind of you to say that. And you're right. I wasn't happy. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves for my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too.
Nah.
What do you think?
Nah, we already have a priest on board. I'm sure he can be a better mechanic. Nah. Bye. Right, Lynn? And tell her goodbye?
Yes! I mean...
He will leave.
Thanks. You won't regret this, mister. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
I got a captain. Jeez. How am I moving? How in the world am I moving? That was some trippy stuff there for a second.
Well, I certainly am looking forward to flying on a ship named the Unreliable. I'll just head upstairs and claim a room.
Yeah, why don't you go upstairs and claim a room?
Captain, I have detected that Edgewater's power supply is now optimal. I applaud your willingness to invest your time in the local community. What can I do for you, Captain? Do you know how to install a power regulator?
Yeah.
Outstanding, Captain.
I am an elevator operator.
Engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure. Our engine room is located behind you. Across the cargo bay, up the ladders.
I am not an engineer. I am an elevator operator. That's what it said when I picked my character. And now's the time for the ship to explode. Oh yeah, I forgot. I got a flaw, so yeah, I'm afraid of robots now.
What can I do for you, Captain? All systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the Unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
Let's go. Did anybody bring the beer? Anybody bring food?
We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Oh, the guy that shot me out into space.
Aha, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the Unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you.
Being feeling a little lightheaded. Nice slow down time.
Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine.
Great.
What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Kelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay.
Why do I need nav key?
Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon, terraformed badly, and almost completely lawless. You'll love it.
Huh.
Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys Kelly. Gladys and I have been doing business for years. Her smuggling credentials are unimpeachable. If anyone can get you a key to Monarch, it's her.
Okay. And what's stopping me from leaving Halcyon altogether?
Without a skip drive, good luck. You'll be dead before you make it to the nearest star. Look, I admire your optimism, but the sad truth is you're stuck here. You, me, and the rest of this colony. We're all skating precariously around the edge of oblivion together.
Great.
None of us are leaving Halcyon alive, so we may as well make it a better place. And we can start by reviving the Hope. Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming.
He's so full of good news.
By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design. Cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time. I call it the holographic shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters. Marvelous device. I'm quite proud of myself. The shroud changes the user's appearance to mimic that of another. It has limits. First-generation technology, you see, but promising. Exciting to see it in use at last. Very simply, the holographic shroud uses biometric information contained on standard identity cartridges to generate a holographic projection around you.
What's the limitation?
Only stands up to a casual scrutiny. Use it too long, bound to flicker, blur, something like that. Movement makes it more likely.
I see.
Best used in moderation. When you see guards in your path you can't sneak past, for example. Maintain your distance. Act normal. No running, no jumping. Don't draw their attention. If they pay attention, they're more likely to notice flaws in the hologram.
Shaver.
A change of clothes. What is this? Some old spy serial? What inattentive and brainless guard would be fooled by such a shabby disguise?
Wow.
The holographic shroud masks not only your clothes, but your face and fingerprints. It modulates your voice and sweetens your breath.
Oh, she didn't like it, Lynn? Most cats don't.
Science, that's how.
Gotcha.
Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie.
But we all want wealth and
only
power.
interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
Alright, where's my captain's quarters? Sweet. Edgewater Employment Community. Adelaide's deserters dreamed of an independent life without borders or oversight. You taught them an important lesson. Never dream. She was nervous. When cats get nervous, they lose more fur. I had black clothes on. She's white. Imagine it. Yeah, I've seen that. Sister's cat is white. Holographic shroud projects a disguise on you and your companions that give you access to restricted areas and provide you have the correct ID. Okay. Oh, I forgot to mention in my previous message, silly me, I'm mailing you a copy of my favorite serial, The Space Adventures of Singularity Steel. It's about a dashing space pirate with a heart of, well, steel. It's not exactly board approved, so don't go showing it around to your spacer buddies. I hope it will amuse you while you're out adventuring. I'll come back and read these. Never mind, looks like I gotta read them. Look, there's no call for shouting. My terminal was busted, had a few too many, might have knocked it off the desk. You know how it is. Sometimes you gotta cut loose. I'm not telling you where well is, so lay off. Buy me a drink, got the lost hope. Next time I'm in, I might forgive you. Last time I got slash. She's trying to drop a weapon with a special power created by crazy lab coats. Sure fits the bill. Just give the shrink ray to me. Blast him for the... Okay. Oh, there's a bin. Can transfer stuff to the bin. There's my bed. There's my desk. There's the planet. And that's it. Sam? What the? There's no response from the auto mechanical unit. A serial number is etched in this chassis, includes the letter Sam. Full and modified tools with unique mechanical usages. Digging around in here would be an easy way to lose a finger to a sawtooth blade.
I could spend hours reflecting on the secret workings of the universe. Little else in this colony offers such a relaxing pastime. So, tell me what's on your mind. I excel at confessional listening.
Yeah, TK, the only thing is gotta create a separate role that you can assign to anybody that should have access to the room. Because I figure the roles you already have in there created are already in use for other things. But I was just gonna do that temporarily because he's not in my Discord. Like to know something about those I'm flying with. What's your story?
Nothing too out of the ordinary. Just your run-of-the-mill vicar with a violently enthusiastic disposition.
Violently enthusiastic? I mean...
That's what my parents called it. I grew up in a pit of a town, much like Edgewater. I was destined to be a laborer like my parents, but I was infected early with a need to solve the equation. My passion didn't sit well with them. My parents, ironically. They internalized the precepts of scientism like no one I've ever known. They had a pure faith, a faith that brought joy to them regardless of the situation. I envied that. I wanted that peace. I thought if I became a vicar, I could find it. Or at the very least, find out why I lacked it.
Huh.
They thought I was fighting the plan, should have accepted my lot. Some people pursue the clergy for power, prestige, but that was not me. The simple version is this. The force which we call the Grand Architect created the universal equation that underlies and defines everything in the universe. Everything flows from the equation, or in layman's terms, the grand plan. Is the Grand Architect a consciousness? A natural force? Did it create the equation on purpose? The answers to these questions don't really matter. The equation, the plan, is all that matters. Contentment is found by accepting one's role in the plan.
If you can't help but follow the plan, then everything you do is part of it, right?
The plan is not one rigid path. There are a variety of multitudes contained within it. Our paths have variance, but we'll end up adhering to it whether we like it or not. Some choices make the path smoother, some rougher. You can even go outside the lines, but the further outside you go, it's like an unbreakable elastic band.
Yeah.
It will only stretch so far before it snaps back. The further it is stretched, the more violent the eventual correction.
Wasn't the architect from Mass Effect? Yeah, and he was in the Matrix.
I have run headlong into too many walls in my pursuit of the truth. This book is my last hope, and you were my only hope of getting it translated.
That makes sense.
What about you? What's your story?
Elevator operator.
And how did he do that? Well, you do seem different than every other colonist. Let's pretend for the moment I believe you. What are you going to do now?
I'm helping him recover more of the chemicals he needs to save the rest of the colonists.
That seems a dangerous proposition. Why risk your life now that it's been returned to you?
Why not? I had family on the Hope.
Oh, I see. You have my condolences. Bakonu, the author, had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be applied to our attempts to decipher the plan. Unfortunately, he was also one of the founders of the Philosophist school of thought, so the book is banned in this colony.
Huh.
Philosophism's a false religion that stands in contradiction to almost everything we know to be true. They believe all is chaos, in stark contrast to OSI's belief in the plan. But most of the philosophist perversion of Bakonu's thoughts came more than a century after his death.
Any ideas where we can find someone who speaks French in this colony?
I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous philosopher scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's an expert on Bakonu. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this colony could translate that book, it would be him.
Okay.
That's a good question. We should start on the Groundbreaker. It's where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, even Monarch. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures.
Okay.
I'll comb the last 6 months of departure manifests to track the Philosophist's off-world destination.
How is it that a simple vicar happens to be such a highly skilled hacker?
Before I transferred to Edgewater, I had a wealth of time to develop certain, secular skills during my years serving a particular penitentiary flock. I meditated, led sermons, provided guidance to the inmates as needed, of course. I also played prison yard tossball and taught myself a bit about computronic security systems.
Alright, that sounds good.
Thank you, Captain.
Ooh, I could sleep. I sure want to sleep in this guy's bed, though. Impossible to put down. Salmon. Okay, I really think I looked at that earlier. Index of banned literature. I'm in the kitchen. Any beer? Any beer? Any beer? Beer, 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 beer. No beer. There was vodka. Ah, there's beer. I'll take a sandwich, but not from the crazy necro lady. Ah, that's funny. Anything in here? Yes, Adreno. I don't have enough to hack that. I think I've been here already. The unreliable navigational terminal. Jeez. Obsidian, you just did a wonder with your phrasing. Okay. Wait. Welcome to the system map. Here you can see all the planets in the system as well as some special points of interest that you may have discovered. You can fly your ship to any location that you have unlocked, though some landing bays require special codes and the keys before they allow you to land there. Moving between planets is considered extremely dangerous and all employees are encouraged to remain home or at work. Alright. Actually, I think I'm going to stop here for the evening. This is a great stopping point before we move on to the next planet. So, yep, I'll stop there. We'll be back tomorrow for Final Fantasy XIV. And, yeah, we'll be back tomorrow for some Final Fantasy XIV and with a co-stream with TK, and some more Outer Worlds on Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday. Yep, it's on Wednesday. So, anyhow, everyone have a great Tuesday. Have a great remainder of the evening or day, wherever you are. And if you haven't hit the follow button, just please go ahead and do so if you enjoy the channel. Anyhow, everyone, have a great evening. Talk to you guys later.